Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about arrested development in certain ways. I think many of us know whenever you've dealt with people who are, these days everybody calls them narcissistic, but they're abusive, whatever it is, in whatever way, that many of them seem like they are still stuck in a stage that is a childlike stage, earlier stage in life, and when they're like more of an insolent child, they're just being a bad child, and that can be many things. It's not just one way they're acting, and they don't have a response that is mature. It's not their age. Like if some people, like let's say if we have sidewalk here, like I had fallen down on a sidewalk. Some, if they were there, they would laugh. They would think it's funny because somebody fell down. It could be that. Or if you make a mistake, you stutter over a word like I just did. Some of them will laugh. They think it's funny. You should know how to pronounce that word right. They're going to be very childlike in that they just don't have it together. They're just messed up. Just like disordered in a way. Okay, now I personally don't know anybody that has narcissistic personality disorder, so it's more of a behavior, and it might not even be under that one. But one size doesn't fit all anyway. And they can do that in actual, like situations that, it calls for them to behave as an adult, but instead they are, like I just said, giddy or something, when they shouldn't be. But the question I have on that is, I have noticed that a lot of people who are on the other side, maybe the empath, or they're the opposite, like me, of narcissistic, types, that they also have that arrested development, and we know this. We know this on both sides. That, well, like I said, one size doesn't fit all, but people who are narcissistic, many people think that they too were abused as a child or any point in life. They also went through the same thing. So both sides, to me, all people involved, like in a dysfunctional narcissistic family, they have that tendency not to be mature. There's arrested development there somewhere. Not, like I said, one size doesn't fit all, but yeah. Okay, but when I think about, personally, what I've seen, I should say that, this is just all my experience. What I've seen is that these are the ones that had to deal with being infantilized. Somebody treated them as a child. Usually, from what I understand, it basically means when a parent treats the child younger than the child is, and but it doesn't have to be. It can be anybody. Treats you like a child, treats you younger than you are, that they're superior, whatever. Okay, and then it can be anyway superior, but they know more. They, you don't know as much, and what you think is wrong, you're always wrong with them. They're always right. They always know more. All of that, and it can make you not develop, at your own age. Okay, that can be that can be the cause. But yeah, and so I've noticed that in a lot of people, and one of the things I have been thinking about for many years, and the way I've seen it for many, many years, is that especially like baby boomers, okay, and baby boomers, like the younger baby boomers, I'm a younger baby boomer and also an older Gen X, but we've had so many baby boomers who were older and people who were older that we never had that opportunity to, many of us, to get into, say, fields where we were in management or something, when we were younger. And look at how that's developed. People say, the 50s are the new 40s, or the 50s are the new 35, this kind of thing. Well, there's a reason for that. We were always treated as though we were younger by such a mass amount of older baby boomers. You see what I'm saying? And another thing, I started saying that many years ago, And another thing is that, you know, they can be, in my generation, the baby boomers, they can be one day older. And it's something that was so, like, cultural, I guess you say, that it's common to say, okay, you know, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, a little bit. But, you know, they're a few years older, and they believe that they're so much more worldly wise, and, you know, they're so much older. But that was learned. That's a learned behavior from so many older baby boomers, you know. So we're still, you know, when do you catch up to your own age? You know, think about, I'm 54 years old. I know I don't act 54 years old. Now, if there is a situation that comes up that is very, you know, needs for me to be my age and to, you know, really be stern about what's going on and stuff like that, yeah, I'm all of a sudden my age. You know, I've lived 54 years. But it's so much part of the culture that we are the younger. You know, we're the younger ones. You know, had been and still is to this day. That there's some infantilization going on there. You know, not some, a lot. And it was for many, many years. And I'm 54, like I said. Okay, and I'll say it. I feel it myself deeply. That I am not always acting, like I just said, always acting my age. And at my own level of maturity, especially when I'm around somebody who's older, or some people who are older, slightly. I'm talking in my generation and younger baby boomers. Because they will do that. And I will see it, and I will feel it. You know, we get so much from the people we are around. You know, the looking glass self, all that. We pick up on how we should behave from other people. You might not think you do. You might think, oh, no, I'm in control of, you know, all that. No, you're not. You know, anybody who told you you're in total control of everything about you is wrong. You shouldn't act out because you're not, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, but seriously, you know, the baby boomers really needed to get it together, you know, even at this age, even at this stage in life. And be examples for the millennials. Millennials have a mass amount, that from what I understand, they've actually surpassed the baby boomers, or maybe it is that they surpassed what's left of the baby boomers, you know. I don't know. I don't know which way it is. But they need to learn this lesson too, so they don't treat their own age group that way, you know. And the, what is the next generation Z? Well, I don't know if they have a name for Generation Z yet, but other than Generation Z. But yeah, they need to learn, you know, from us, and we need to show, you know, an example. And some people will, you know, I've back when I was doing a blog, some people, I wrote about this stuff, and some people complained because they said, well, how is a person supposed to act at whatever age, you know? And a lot of people had negative reactions, but think about that reaction, you see? And you know what? I think I've just thrown out a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm still getting my morning coffee. So, yeah, it's not going to make all that much sense, and it never does, but not clearly sometimes. But you see what I'm saying, you know? We're just not acting our age, really many of us, and we can't, you know, a lot of people, they hear something like narcissistic people don't act their age, they act immature and you know, they do this. Well, a lot of people do. So a lot of people are going out, you know, diagnosing because, oh, this person, you know, don't diagnose. If you're not a professional, don't diagnose. You know, mental health care professional, yeah, and this kind of thing. But yeah, you know, because a lot of us do that. A lot of us don't act our age, and for various reasons. You see, it's not always one reason. It could be many reasons, and in a way that, I mean, it is. You know, for somebody that's slightly older than you to treat you as though you're, you know, they're subordinate in a way, just because they're a little older. No, that's abuse itself. It's infantilization. So anyway, that's enough for this video for now. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click on the rectangles and like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.